for our topic, it's basically explain why Winston thinks Simon will disappear, and try to like connect it to things in your life. And yeah,
Okay, so the government don't want the people become smart. As the Noah said, ignorance is strength. So the government don't want smart people. Sam is so smart. It's like he doing the new speak and create a new language. Related to the history, this is a story happened to my grandfather. My grandfather graduated from university, and he's like an engineer, but he was sent to the very far place, far and remote place because he learned knowledge from university. The government don't want this kind of intelligent people in the city, so send him to the remote place.
Yeah.
Okay, well, what I think why Winston thinks Sam will disappear is that, well, having so much knowledge makes you, you can say, think outside the box, right? So, I think Winston thinks that because, like, since Simon is so smart, he'll eventually, like, he's already coming up with, like, newspeak and all that stuff, but eventually he'll become so smart that he'll actually think of rebelling. And, like, an example in history or anywhere is, like, in the U.S., like, sometimes when you know so much or you know a certain fact about the country or whatever, they just, like, take you out of nowhere and, like, you disappear, right? And we learned this in I learned this in a document that I watched in grade 11 about George Orwell and, like, a totalitarian government, right? So, yeah, that's why.
okay, so like Simon's like working on a language where like there's like less and less words, and it's called Newspeaks, so it's for the government, right? And basically, I think this is like a part of like the language helps the government control the people because the language isn't as broad and people turn kind of like stupider in a way, right? And like after he's done it, Simon's probably gonna get killed anyways because like when you get someone to do like some like hardcore like work,
He knows too much.
he knows too much. Yeah, he's too smart, right? But like I think like Simon's personality, I don't think he would rebel because he's pretty much like a brainwashed citizen right now because like he's like, did you see the hanging? I love the hanging. Like he thinks it's beautiful, and I think he's brainwashed already. Like from like the 2 minutes of hate, like he'd be like master hating.
Yeah, I agree the same along those lines that once Simon starts to gain too much knowledge or power, you could say, while he was working with the government, that he'll start to realize how corrupt they are, and then in a sense he has to make a difference, or at least he has to get out of there, and he'll most likely flee is my